I just wanted to get a video off. I'm beginning day 6. I'm actually pretty well into day 6 as I got up very early, 4:30 in the morning, and it's now 10, so I'm 6 hours into the day on day 6. I weighed in this morning and I was 131.4. My top weight when I weighed on day 2, actually, I didn't weigh on day 1. I actually don't think I had the heart to weigh, or maybe it was really cold. But I knew it was going to be very heavy, and I was 135.6 for like the day before and on day 2. So the day before I started and on day 2. So let's say I started at 135.6. I'm now 131.4. That is almost a 4.5 pound weight loss in 5 days. Because when I woke up and weighed myself on day 6, I had had 5 days of juicing. So 4.5 pounds in 5 days on a juice fast. That's good. And I did some cheating. I had hot chocolate last night, Swiss Miss hot chocolate. Let's see, I didn't use milk, I used water. So it's just, kind of a chocolatey sugar and water drink. And I have had apple cider at night, hot apple cider. Those are the two main cheats. Sugar in my tea. That's the other one. But I've been keeping totally liquid, no fiber, and that's the main thing. When I had my hot chocolate last night, I have this whipped cream in the refrigerator, and I just really wanted a little shot of whipped cream in there. And I was like, no, no, don't do that. You will ruin it, and all your effort will go down the drain. And also once you start that type of business, then you're headed in a very bad direction. And this juice fast, I've been calculating how much it's cost me, and I think it's like so far $135 for 5 days. So that's like $270 for 10 days, let's say. So, this juicing is costing me like $270 to lose, let's say, 9 or 10 pounds. It's like $27 per pound. And let's say that I would be spending $10 a day on food anyway, or maybe even 15. So let's say it's an extra added expense of $12 to $15 for juicing. Because I spend at least $10 a day on food. So, depending on whether I'm spending a lot or little, and I have been spending more on the Wheat Belly. So I'll have to really get in there and dig into the numbers and see how much more I'm spending juicing than I was on the Wheat Belly. That would be interesting. It's a little more. It might only be like $10 or $7 more. I don't know. But if you're very frugal with your food and you're eating beans and rice and you're, really spending $10 a day, and now I'm spending 30, that would be $20 extra a day, But I don't do that. I actually spend quite a bit on food, as it turns out. So anyway, so that was it. I woke up this morning and I had a really nice green and fruit juice that was prepared. And so I just drank that down. I had black coffee. And then I meditated or whatever, and afterwards I was hungry, and I had a lot of really great fruit in the fridge. A cantaloupe I hadn't broken into, a watermelon I had broken into, a pineapple I needed to use, some grapes, some red grapes, and I said, let me just make a really fruity juice, a really nice sweet fruity juice, and I did, and I drank a lot of it. I'd had a really nice tall glass of it, and actually, that was before I went to meditation. I did both of those before I went to meditation. And then I went shopping after meditation. And as I was driving home, I was hungry. And I said, when I'm juicing, if I'm hungry, it just means more juice. That's all it means to me. And don't be afraid to juice. Like, don't say, oh, I'll try to lose weight by being hungry or not juicing so much. It doesn't really matter, I don't think. I mean, maybe you could like starve yourself, but to me, you're headed for a fall if you do that. So I came home and made it one of my beautiful tomato juices. In fact, that was one of the reasons I went to the store is I was out of tomatoes, and my grocery store had some really nice red Roma tomatoes, which is what I use, and I got those. And as I walked by I got some water, and very close to that is the cheese aisle, and that's usually where I go to next, the eggs and cheese and heavy cream, which is Wheat Belly, right? But I don't go there today, you know. I'm juicing, and that's good. That's a good thing. The other thing I wanted to report is, well, I was meditating, totally clear sinuses, like so clear. Like on the Wheat Belly, I'm clear, which is why I'm totally sold out to the Wheat Belly diet. It, I must have been allergic to wheat, and it really improves it so much. It's such an improvement that it tells me I was totally allergic to wheat, maybe any other grains. I don't know, since I have eliminated all grains. But on the juice fast, it's profoundly clear. And I think that might be a minor allergy to dairy, probably. So that's the way it goes. On the juice fast, everything clears up. It's. I think people who notice, who do the really long juice fast, notice like all types of things clearing up. Not just a weight loss. The body starts to, once it doesn't have to digest, it has time for other functions and other repairs it hasn't been able to get to with all this digesting. Because with all the digesting, especially people are overeating, you're just totally taxing your body. And with juicing, even though it's doing some metabolic functions because you're giving it nutrition, the fact that you're not digesting and the elimination is somewhat resting, it really does give the body time to do other repairs. And the other thing that goes down is inflammation. I noticed that tremendously. The Wheat Belly, also inflammation's going down, but the juice fasting, especially the long juice fasting, I can remember just my hands feeling so supple, and all the puffiness is gone. It's noticeable that whatever inflammation I had, that was not a problem. When it clears up, you just see the difference. It's like, oh my goodness, look at this. It's like I had inflammation, and the juice fasting is clearing it up, and that's really great. You realize that's a really good thing. And wouldn't it be nice if you had that all the time? So right now I'm drinking this Bloody Mary mix that I made for myself this morning, and that has quench the hunger. I'm on day 6. The way I've been thinking about it is 10 days is 5 and 5. So I finished the first segment of 5, and now this is day 1 of the second segment of 5. So, and I do that so that I can, psych myself up into doing it. It's like, you did 5, now you just have to do another 5. You can do 5, right? Yeah, I can do 5. 5 and 5 is 10, fortunately. So, and just a little thinking about, oh, wow, when I finish juicing, I can have a meal, because you can't do that right now. And I was thinking this morning I wanted I had black coffee this morning, but when I was at the store, I had a wonderful latte at McDonald's up in Iowa City. And it was so good. And I thought, well, I'd like a latte, but now it's got a lot of milk in there. No, nope, 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 nope. So that's it. I've had a 4.5-pound weight loss in 5 days. So theoretically, I could have another 4.5-pound weight loss by day 10, by the morning of day 11, which let's say maybe 9-pound weight loss this time. Started at 135.6, that would be 124.6 plus 125.6 I could end up at. That would be swell. And then my experience is after you go back to eating, there's a 2 at least pound weight gain immediately. I'm going to do an internal cleanse a couple days after I finished the juice fast because I realized that, the peristaltic action for the intestines, you really need to watch out for that because you're not getting the elimination. So I'm going to do a profound elimination after the juice fast.